look at the next clip.
Okay, Mr. Larkins, I'd like for you to tell me everything that you see in this picture.
Now, this would be a cakery, jar, Drew. Yeah, I'm not getting too sharp here, but here's a cookie, cookie the child has, and he is handing the little girl a cookie, and he is writing with his right finger for chalky, and he's just really now falling from the he's falling from the stout something.
From the stool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's happening over here?
And again, she has the water has, she's lost control by the fingers something, and the water has fallen all out of this sink, over into the kitchen. Very bad. And I don't think she has noticed that yet. She's cleaning her ice dish, water. She's cleaning the east bank, sink. Think something. I don't think she notices the water has fallen yet out of the sink.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, can you see how discouraged the patient gets? With these patients, what we try to do with them, and this was a particularly severe one, I will say he did improve markedly to become an extremely proficient communicator. But we want these folks to pay attention to what facilitates their communication, to make use of their own self-cues, if you will, to make them more aware of their own knowledge, their tip-of-the-tongue knowledge of their words, and to stress some tolerance for getting close to the target and moving on. So our goal here is to try to keep the flow of the conversation moving, and that, of course, takes from the clinician some decisions as to when there have been enough tries, when has he corrected and revised, and when do you need to say it for him so you can move on. So we're trying to, with these patients, increase the variety of their compensatory efforts, whether they write or show you something or use a gesture. The family will often ask you, should I just say it for him? And so sometimes you have to demonstrate when it might be okay to say the word nicely and gently and just move on with it. One more patient I want to talk about, and just play a brief clip again, is the compensator, or I call him the unknowing compensator. these are patients, usually anomic patients, who devalue their ability to communicate because they don't have the specific words. They're concerned, they comprehend well, they have a high concern for comprehension. Speech is empty, tend to talk around things, circumlocute, and sometimes if they circumlocute so much and get hung up on the word so much, they can end up losing the meaning of their thoughts because they'll actually change their thoughts. These are patients who are really pretty good interpersonal monitors. If we just play that one last clip.
Okay, well, I haven't seen you for, heck, a year, at least a
A
year.
little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about what you've been doing now.
What have I been doing? Well, I've been going to church, and that's about the extent of it. You know, there's one friend that, well, it's the same friend that goes down below with me. I go there. They moved to a different place, and I help them move. I moved them for them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know a whole lot more. I got that television the other day, and it makes it a whole lot better to watch television. At least there's a lot of other programs now.
What kind of television is it?
It's the kind I got. The set is just black and white. You know, it's nothing big at all. It's a little tiny one.
What model?
It's made by Sears.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's giving you something to do.
Yeah, something to do when it's cold out. You know, and
Still living in the same place?
yeah, the same little place. And the only thing good about it is cheap.
Oh, that's good. Did you do the yard work this summer?
Not as much as I did the year before, because I thought she was doing too much the year before, so I cut it down a little bit.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've seen this picture before. We've looked at it many times.
Oh yeah.
I want you to just look at that and tell me the best story that you can about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the boy is trying to get some cookies out of the chair, but she's gonna lose it because he has only one foot down, and the girl is thinking the whole thing is kind of funny, and the girl or the mother is doing dishes, but the ward is running all over the place, making a big mess, and the whole thing is kind of silly.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to ask you to repeat some long words after me. Catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Statistical.
Statistical.
Methodist.
Methodist.
Episcopalian.
Say that one again.
Okay. Episcopalian.
Episcopalian.
Okay. Television.
Television.
Okay. Sarsaparilla.
Say it again.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
Okay. Let me try it once more. Oh, I'll give you a new one. Try this one. Tornado.
Say it again.
Tornado.
Tornado.
Once more. Tornado.
Tornado.
Okay, that's great. Try these short sentences. We live across the street from the school.
I live across the street from the school.
Okay. The vat leaks.
The back is leaking.
Limes are sour.
Limes are sour.
You should not tell her.
You should not tell her.
You know how.
You know how.
Down to earth.
Down to earth.
Near the table in the dining room.
In the table by the dining room.
They heard him speak on the radio last night.
They heard him speak on the radio last night.
The spy fled to Greece.
The spy fled to Greece.
Okay. The barn swallow captured a plump worm.
You're kidding. The barn swallow did something. I don't know.
He captured a plump worm.
Okay.
Try this one. the phantom soared across.
Oh, my. Well, as you can see, here's a patient, just looking from his nervous laughter and his general demeanor, not real confident, but actually when you talk to this guy, he's really quite a good communicator. These are patients that we try to give them as much psychological support as we can. They are often benefited if they work in a group with other higher level aphasic patients. And one of the things that really seems to be useful is to try to encourage them, this is not easy, to get them back into social interactions and social circles again, doing some things that they used to do, so that they come to understand that you don't have to have every word in the world to get along in the world. I just want to say one more thing before summarizing. There are 3 articles in your references on STOP strategies, jargon aphasia treatment, content-centered thought therapy, actually 4, and PACE therapy, that you might look at as a general overall set of procedures for dealing with fluent patients. What I wanted to make mention of was documenting progress with these folks can sometimes be difficult, although most clients can take most of our standardized aphasia examinations. There are occasionally patients who, if they cannot come up with many specific words, like on the pica, who may be superb communicators but fail miserably on standardized examinations. So we need to get more creative in documenting changes over time with these folks, using things like videotapes, tracking certain behaviors and things like that. And the last thing I wanted to say is that we cannot ignore the importance of significant others. We need to have wives and family members into the treatment sessions to demonstrate how to talk to and how to communicate with, and to teach our family members to understand aphasia as well as we do with their particular individual loved ones. So what we've talked about here are the fluent aphasias, how these patients are unique, what they need from us in terms of early intervention, what we can do to enhance their comprehension and promote monitored output, and some of the particular unique communicative styles they exhibit, and how we can capitalize on particular style features to promote their communicating better in communicative contexts. With that, I'd be happy to answer